Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. Well, the big date for the Karnataka election has been announced. It's 10th of May and on 13th there is going to be the counting day and the fate of the politicians and the political parties in the fray is going to be decided. But we have to look at the larger picture of a successful Karnataka, of a Karnataka that is at an economic high to be able to provide for the economic growth of the country as well. And therefore, it's important to take a look at the infrastructure, at the entrepreneurship, at the businesses, at the educational centers, at the medical facilities and so on and so forth. And therefore, during the pitch that has been made by the BJP, which was led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he visited Karnataka 7 times in the last 40 days in his campaigning that had been going on for weeks together, and he's gone about bringing a change in what Karnataka is going to look like perhaps in the 10-15 years. And there have been a number of projects that have been announced, whether it is about the expressways, whether it is about the new airport, whether it is about the new educational institutions or the medical institutions. Well, it all has been done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the launch of several projects that he has gone about building for Karnataka. That's the vision that the BJP has, that's the vision that Chief Minister Bommai has. Will Karnataka give another chance to Chief Minister Bommai and the BJP to govern Karnataka to reach the $1 trillion economy dream that has been envisaged? Let's open up this discussion. On the telecast with me is PR Swaroop. He's the Director for the General Construction Industry Development Council. It's good to have you on the telecast, Swaroop. And let's try to understand the modus operandi behind BJP and particularly Prime Minister Narendra Modi in launching a slew of these projects. And will this then be realized into welfare politics? Is that the need of the hour? Instead of the bickering, the polarization, the reservation issues, the Tipu issue, the Savarkar issue, which are political strong points, but do they really resolve any purpose?
Well, you want me to comment?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into the kind of political overtures.
Okay, so PR Swaroop, I'm going to have to interrupt you because there are audio problems, and we'll ask you to disconnect and reconnect and be at an area where your Wi-Fi connection is strong. Meanwhile, I'll give the platform to Abhijit Sinha. He's the Project Director of the National Highways for Electric Vehicles. And Abhijit, what do you think of these slew of projects? There is an airport, there are 2 expressways. You know, there's a push towards developed Karnataka, developed Bengaluru. Is the electorate going to be impressed by this?
Thank you. I think I'm been very, very clear to list out that what people look at the leadership when they have to decide their voting. Which party they are going to go with is primarily in a sequence from 2014 to 2019 and then now has been decided basically by the infrastructure, healthcare and the kind of benefits which they are getting. And if I'm listing it out right, then in last 7 visits, each time when Prime Minister has visited Karnataka, it is followed by an inauguration of a large capital-intensive infrastructure project completion. I'm not only saying that the Shilanyas or Bhumi Pujan. Second is the healthcare. So when you realize that healthcare is now, has today, from 2014 when the Gujarat model came in the beginning by the shining, vibrant Gujarat and other thing. And people of India, they decided to make the chief minister of that state, or prime minister, so that that model can replicate to all states. Is the healthcare was the main bottom backbone of that project. Now the last is the DBT. DBT, why I'm saying is because most of the government projects now are getting benefited, are getting delivered or implemented through direct benefit transfer. And in this also, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka has been pioneer, has been the leading. So if you look at the people side, I think all 3 are a very well defined checkbox for Karnataka and it's a recipe for win-win situation.
Okay. I have with me Shankarula Ravi Kumar. He's a political analyst. Shankarula, I am going to understand from you. Is this the path to wooing the voter versus the politics that is being played out in terms of corruption charges, arrests that have been made? Like I said, Tipu Sultan was taking place, Savarkar was taking place. There was this question about demarcation on the border along Karnataka and Maharashtra. Should these points be given relevance, or is welfare politics is the game to be?
Yes, see, first of all, good evening to all your NewsX, viewers and the participants also. See, Modi, no doubt, Modi is a tall leader in the country. Not only in the country, he is one of the famous leader among world leaders. Okay, and his visit to the Karnataka for 7th consecutive time will definitely change the platform for the political parties. So, especially in this case for BJP. BJP's game to win these elections. So, bringing PM Modi, persuading him to visit 7 times consecutively. It's a 50% they have won the election. And second thing, if you see the opposition parties, there is a big, what is called factionalism in between the tall leaders of Congress. One is Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivamogga. So these clashes between the Congress leaders will definitely benefit, opposition party, that is BJP party, and definitely cut their votes. And I'll tell you one more thing as per my observation. This the Muslim votes and Dalit votes definitely will not come to Congress. That may split into JDS and MIM. So it is an advantage for the BJP, and hopefully BJP will make its mark to South continuously for this term also. And BJP says it's a window for South India for BJP. So hopefully, that is the strategy what they are following it, and hopefully they might make it this time also. But one thing Congress should learn by these occurrences since last one month and above. So your so-called your Rahul Gandhi's case, and so-called your Kharge's comments on Modi in the parliament about Adani, about other things. So these all, I don't think so it is helping Congress in Karnataka in any way. So by the way, whole and all of it, what I can say is that, if you go to a caste-wise, calculation also, but there are two strong leaders among the Lingayat community, which makes about 14% of total vote share. So I think favorably total. This Karnataka's elections is in the favor of BJP side. So Congress need to work out. They need to review their strategies. They need to come up with some other good plans. So I don't think so. This and all will not work.
Okay, Sudha Halkai, she is the BJP spokesperson. Sudha, will this politics of welfare tick with the people of Karnataka?
Very good evening. I feel immensely proud to say that the welfare of the people have been very well taken by the government of Karnataka by inaugurating so many historical projects, and so there is no question of second question that the BJP government will be formed with majority in Karnataka, because the welfare of the people have been taken very well here.
Okay. Talking about the slew of projects that have been launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the airport, the expressways, we're talking about the IIT, the AIIMS, and we're also talking about EV, we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're talking about semiconductors. Talk about all the latest advanced technologies, and there you have it in Karnataka, in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
What's the game plan ahead if BJP were to come to power again in 2023?
See, I would like to tell that I would just like to remind that it's been just a couple of years that we have come out of the isolation of COVID. Installation of COVID was there throughout the world, so was in Karnataka too. But in spite of all this, Karnataka have gone far ahead and have been successful in implementing all these projects for the people of Karnataka. And so there is nothing as such game plan. We are working for the welfare of the country, and so we will do for that for the people of Karnataka as well.
Okay, so there you have it from the BJP spokesperson. I'm going to again try to get PR Swaroop on the telecast with me. PR Swaroop, if you can hear me, and I'll seek a comment from you. How is development of Karnataka taking shape as the last 5 years have gone by under the BJP government?
Well, am I audible now?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Why isolate Karnataka? Look at the overall plans that Honorable Prime Minister has. And if you talk about Gati Shakti especially, and the kind of rapid transportation, my one question is that do we need it or not? And the answer is resounding yes. We do need it. The cities are expanding, the population is enhancing, people have to commute and move, and obviously you require the kind of faster movement modes. You cannot continue living on the same old infrastructure which has been there for the years actually. That is an impediment. So I think there is a resounding yes, and the vote goes in favor of getting the infrastructure revamped. And I think that is precisely the national leaders are looking at. So that effort is very laudable. Then comes the second question, that Karnataka is just one microcosm. Look at the kind of development that is taking place, especially in the transportation infrastructure. And my colleague here from National Highway Authority of India will endorse the kind of rapid strides that are being made there. So we have basically a plethora of things that are being done now, and I don't look at it from the angle of politics or anything like that, or who wins or who loses. I am looking at it purely from the point of view of the development of the nation and for the kind of comfort that we can provide to our citizens. Let me tell you, there are initiatives that are now being taking place even in other states which still are considered to be developing states. And what to talk of the developed state? Look at Maharashtra for that matter. The special economic zone in Mehan is getting connected now thanks to the kind of integrated effort that is being made by Maharashtra Metro. The Mehan SEZ is actually getting connected through the rapid movements, and that is going to be bringing a sea change in the whole canvas that you have there.
Okay.
After all, you need employment, you need jobs, you need development, and you also need the kind of consumption patterns to drive. So I am, as a professional, I would 100% endorse that. And we will be deliberating on these issues very soon on 10th, 11th and 12th of April in Delhi. And we will be taking a stock at the national level as to where all the things are going. So I am in favor of this.
Okay. PR Swaroop also, we talk about Karnataka because the elections are going to take place in May. Now, election dates have also come out, and there are billions and billions of rupees that the Prime Minister and BJP have pushed into the infrastructure development of Karnataka, and that's why we focus on it. And if you could shed more light into how these development projects are going to then flourish the development of Karnataka and its people.
Is it for me?
It's for PR Swaroop.
Okay.
PR Swaroop, if you can hear us.
Yes, I can hear you. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. The question was for you, sir. I'm talking about how the development of Karnataka is going to be.
I got your question.
Yeah.
I got your question. What I am trying to tell you is that you look at the kind of situation that exists in Bangalore city itself. The streets are crowded. The commuting time is absolutely horrendous, and very, very, long hours are being spent by the people. Now, what kind of businesses do you think people will conduct in case the connectivity is not provided to them?
Right.
So let us keep away that portion of election or no election, or copious sums of money have been invested there. Yes, you do require to make the investments. And I think this is in the right direction that is happening. You require in Karnataka, you require in other states in the country, and believe you me, what we are now trying to do is to somehow catch upon the kind of lag that had been left behind. So this is going to change the face of the whole economic scenario, employment opportunities, and things like that. And what I am repeating again is that we will be deliberating on these very issues
Okay.
maybe in next about 10 days' time.
Okay, fair enough. And you raise a very good point. And I'm going to raise this again with Abhijit Sinha. You know, he said it rightly. When it takes you hours and hours together to commute, when your arterial roads are so narrow that it's difficult to reach from one place to another in a stipulated period of time, when there are potholes where buses and trucks get stuck, forget about the cars, how can a city, how can a state be developed? Now, that has been the agenda. Now, 5-year term is too short for any government to bring about tangible change in the system. Would the people of Karnataka be willing to give another chance, another term to the BJP to then take forward the implementation of the projects and see that they are concluded successfully?
Thank you. I think it's a very well articulated question, and everyone in the Karnataka is going through this question. So as a voter, everyone is thinking that what do I have in my hand? One side, I look at a party which has ruled and which has made promises, which has tried to create a couple of things, and now they are inaugurating. So what they committed, now they are delivering. This, fortunately or unfortunately, it's a year of delivery. 2023 and 2024 would be anyway on the larger Lok Sabha side also, there would be a lot of delivery be coming up. And at the other side, if you look at opposition, then what has happened in during this period is like Rafale and then Shaheen Bagh. So whenever there is a shining India, when I think President Trump was in India, then Shaheen Bagh. Right now G20 is happening, all infrastructure, working group meeting and all, entire world is looking at India, then a lot of discussion is happening, negative discussion. So people who have to vote, they actually do not have the comparative business model, comparative development model to compare with. Whom do they compare with, Rajasthan or with West Bengal? So this comparison is going far from each other, and in coming time, by the time you reach into 2024,
Yeah, please go ahead.
by the time you reach into 2024, this comparison gap is going to increase because of the geotagging, because of the projects like Gati Shakti, Awas Yojana, DBT. Overnight, you cannot create an infrastructure. Even if you want to contest BJP and take them down on the development agenda, you cannot build a highway within 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. To build a 200, 300 kilometer highway, earlier, before 2014, we used to keep 1 year, more than 1 year for the land acquisition itself. And then for 6 months for the tendering and 6 more months for the building. Right now, if you compare the Gurgaon and Dausa highway, the Rajasthan and Delhi highway, it got completed into 24 months. So can you imagine that the kind of speed, kind of ease of doing business, simplicity in procurement, land acquisition, no farmer came on the road, no protest, and all infrastructure is a world-class infrastructure in your hand. So not only one example, there are a lot of examples across the country, and fortunately, these all are in the delivery mode right now.
Okay. Shankarula Ravi Kumar, then again I'm going to put emphasis on this. Then all this polarization politics, does it matter? Because while there are welfare projects that have been launched by the BJP, there is the other side of the story as well. Because they have picked up that 4% of the Muslim quota, given it 2% to the Vokaligas and the Lingayats, and the Muslims have been put in the economically weaker sections quota. Now, if this is not polarizing politics, then what is?
See, I think it's a politics. As you say, it's a politics. So to win an election, if you say polarization, at the other side of the coin also you should look at. See, if you have heard about the Tipu Sultan praising Tipu Sultan as a martyr and other things, which obviously ruined the Hindu community. I mean majority of the community. So it's not that. We can call it as a polarization. But overall, if you look at, they are trying to woo votes of majority community. Okay, and that's a part of politics. You cannot say that that's a polarization. And if you see in Karnataka, caste, calculation also plays a major role. And if you see, Siddaramaya, ex-chief minister, he comes from a Kuruba community. So Kuruba community overall, I think 7 to 10% of vote share they're having. So northern Karnataka parts, they can easily, do this thing. But overall, if you see the competition for the BJP from the Congress, from the JDS, or from the MIM, is a minimal. As far now, it is minimal. But overall, if you look at, it's a cakewalk for the BJP. I think so. For this election, so Congress has to come with more, objective campaigns. The campaigns what they are doing now, it will not affect the people of Karnataka to vote against the BJP.
Okay. All right. Sudha Halkai, I'm going to come to you. And again, the same question. While you are playing development politics, you are also playing polarizing politics. Does this help you garner votes? Will this help you garner votes?
I would just like to put the points in front of you that in 1994, Veerappan Moilaji had got this amendment of 4% reservation for the Muslims, which is completely unauthorized because it is against the constitution of our country. So this was required that it has to be put into the economically weaker section. So we have not completely squashed it. We have definitely put it into the economical weaker section. And now because of it was a demand from the Panchamshalis and the Vakaligas since long, and because of the COVID, I told you, a lot of projects as well as works have been postponed. So this is the time, we had to give some time for the experts, for the deciding committees to get the interim report. So once we have got with the interim reports and once we are finalized with exactly what the truth is, we have given the verdict of giving a 2% hike for Lingayats as well as 2% hike for the Vakaliga. So there is no point of polarizing politics over here.
Okay, all right. I'm completely out of time and I thank all of you for sharing your views on this. Obviously, BJP denying the polarization politics it plays or doesn't play. But, well, it is about development politics. It is about welfare. And let's not also connect it to the politics for Karnataka. Yes, there have been a slew of projects that have been launched. Yes, the Prime Minister has been campaigning. It's a given. When politics happens, when elections happen, there are going to be politicians from all parties who are going to campaign, who are going to hold road rallies, who are going to then speak to the people because they want to propagate what has been done by the government in the last 5 years and what is their agenda for the next. And therefore, in that regard, if there are highways that are being built, if there are expressways that are being built, if there is a metro line that is being laid, or for that matter, airports or IITs and IIMs, and several of these institutes are being brought forth in Karnataka, well, this is for the good of Karnataka. And why wouldn't people vote for a government that then promises and delivers on all the manifestos it comes out by way of promises that are made to the people of Karnataka? On that note, I'm completely out of time. Thank you for all for joining me on the telecast, and let's stay tuned on NewsX because on the other side we are going to be talking about the important agenda of Karnataka and how the historicity of Karnataka, particularly Vijayanagara, has been so intrinsic in bringing forth the current state of Karnataka and its development. Thanks for watching.